Hello, I've been working on a video for Everly George. Those of you who are subbed up to Arctic Fox True Crime will be familiar with this case. Everly George was returned to her biological mother today. Custody went back to her mother. I hate even calling this woman a mother because she is a online hooker. So Miss CyberSlut, she makes her money by turning tricks online. She has been reported to have been doing this as recently as last night, turning her 2-for-1 tricks on the Facebook platform. A New Hampshire judge granted custody to this cyber hooker mom who abandoned her 3-year-old daughter. She has been known to date gangbangers. She has been known to put this baby in a U-Haul truck to transport her like the back of a U-Haul truck, not up front in a seatbelt or in a seat, which is still kind of sketchy given her age, but I'm talking in the back, closed in, like that's how she transported her child. So she is definitely a piece of work. So at this time, there is a petition on change.org, or there was a petition on change.org. I do apologize. As I was doing this video, trying to pull up and put a link in the description, I am now getting the server is misbehaving screen. So I don't know if it is temporarily unavailable or if it has been deleted. However, I will still link it. I just don't know if it still exists. I'm hoping it does, but if not, maybe something will come up with it. So in 2015, this lady, when she was 16 years old, she made the news as a missing child who had reportedly run away with a man that she had met online. And she was found, of course. Now, we're looking at Samantha as a 23-year-old. She has 3 children, 2 sons with the same father, and a younger daughter named Everly. Okay? None of the dads stuck around or is in the picture, and she made no attempt to be a mother to the 2 boys. So they've been taken in by her mother, Barbara, and are in the process of being adopted. Now, Samantha left her 2 boys behind and moved to Indiana in 2018, where she got knocked up and had Everly in 2019. In 2019, her and Everly lived with her gangbanger boyfriend named James Jones in an Indianapolis apartment that's described as a tumultuous and dangerous environment. This is the picture of the 2. And you can see he is definitely a catch. Look at him pointing the firearm right there. This is what Everly is with right now. I'm not saying that man, but there's the woman that lets that man sit beside her acting like that and post this on social media like she's something. That's who they gave Everly back to. Anyways, when she was a baby, Jones posted a video on Instagram of himself locked in the bathroom trying to hide from a crying, swearing Samantha. And you can notice that Samantha claims that Everly is sleeping while all this screaming was going on and he was locked in the bathroom. So it wasn't a good situation at all. Not at all. Excuse MJ. He's not having a good day. He's teething, guys. But at any rate, to continue on Mr. Jones there, his involvement in gang activity ended up with him being murdered last year. And so he's no longer in the picture. So in December of 2019, Samantha overdosed. And it said that it was on Benadryl, but that's still kind of blurry. But Everly was put into foster care into Indianapolis at that time. So the court ordered reunification plan for Samantha, and she began to do virtual visits with Everly. Got to remember COVID and thing, that changed everything for the visitation, but she still did virtual visits. She told her relatives in New England that she was getting Everly back and moving back to New Hampshire, where she would live with a friend. Well, in May of 2020, she packed up her things with Everly in a U-Haul truck and drove back to New England. Everly rode in the back, unrestrained, with friends of her who came along for the ride. So, hop in, baby girl, hop in this U-Haul with me and my gangbanger buddies. Don't worry, you don't need a car seat. We're going to put you in the box and close you up. Let's take off from Indiana to New Hampshire. Y'all, that is a long drive. I wouldn't want to ride in the back of a U-Haul truck from my driveway to the Walmart 30 minutes downtown. There is no flipping way. So, at any rate, her stay at her friend's house was short-lived, surprise, surprise, and she ended up getting thrown out within a week. So, she's unemployed, she can't afford an apartment of her own. She made plans to live with a friend in Manchester, and a friend of hers in Lowell watched Everly. So, I guess after this plan was known to the family, they decided it was time to step in to protect Everly. So, Samantha's cousin Angela, who has kids of her own and lives in Somersworth, New Hampshire, agreed to take Everly. Angela applied for legal guardianship and received it, and a judge in Dover probate court in May of 2020. So she did what she was needed to do. She got guardianship of the baby. She's taking care of her. She's doing what she needs to do. A year after that, Samantha disappeared. So for the next year, they don't hear nothing from her. CyberSlut ghosts them. She moves back to Indianapolis, made no attempts to communicate with Everly. They were strangers. So she chose to leave, just like she did her boys. And I think she made the best decision for Everly when she did. Everly had a good home. She was getting to bond with her older brothers and her family in Somersworth. And it's said that she loves her brothers so very much. I mean, you can see them. They're cute as buttons. Look at them all on their little toys. Oh. Anyways, in February of 2021, Samantha's cousin Angela established permanent legal guardianship over Everly after Samantha didn't show up for a hearing. So things were okay until March of 2021. At that time, Samantha decided that she wanted to reunite with Everly and take her back to Indiana. So she wanted to take her away from the only people that this baby knows. She filed a petition to end Angela's guardianship in the probate court, but it was denied because she didn't have the ability to provide for Everly's basic needs and had not seen or made an effort to contact her daughter in a year. So once this happened, Samantha knew that if she wanted to get Everly, that she had to show the courts that she had a steady income and could care for her daughter. So around this time, she decided to be an online hooker, a CyberSlut, as my good friend Arctic Fox True Crime likes to call her. So, of course, she took to OnlyFans to do this. I'm not even going to share out links to her account or anything because bleh. You can find her on Facebook. She's on there turning 2-for-1 tricks, usually nightly. And reports that she was doing as recent as last night. So she turned 2-for-1 tricks last night on Facebook and went and picked up her daughter this morning. Mom of the year. Way to go. Way to go. Just a moment here. As you can see, it's bad. This is nobody that I want raising a young girl. And that's no offense to sex workers. Make your money, do what you must, but do not bring innocent children into it. Do not. I mean, if you look through her Facebook, all it is thirsty clients. And I'm not even going to say thirsty men, thirsty clients. So she makes good money doing this, I guess, and that must be all that mattered. So in October of 2021, she applied to terminate Angela's guardianship. And at this time, the court ordered a reunification plan where Sam would make weekly phone calls to Everly and would have increasing parenting time, moving from supervised to unsupervised visits. And they scheduled a hearing for March of 2022. So when the hearing comes around, court's impressed with the fact that Samantha has established financial stability, but they omit the fact that it's from being an online hooker. They recognize that she could afford to fly frequently to New Hampshire to see Everly. The court appointed attorney Amy Driscoll to be a guardian ad litem for the purposes of observing Sam's visits with Everly and reporting back to the court about the child's comfortability and familiarity with her birth mother. Samantha has never slept under the same roof as Everly, abandoning her for over a year. So their time together has consisted of 30-minute play dates. That's it. This baby is with her now. And until this morning when she got with her, all she had was 30-minute play dates. Anybody can play nice for 30 minutes. My God, you could put the devil in the room with somebody and he could talk the pants off of them for 30 minutes, guys. This is nuts. So nevertheless, she pretends to be a real mother, gets likes on social media. She done it this past Mother's Day on Facebook during one of her supervised visits. You can see her, Mom of the Year there. You'll see her during her supervised visits posting Mother of the Year stuff, playing Facebook Mommy. Later that night, go by and you can get you a 2-for-1 deal. She's a cyber hooker. It's so crazy. At any rate, on May the 20th, Samantha once again filed a motion to terminate Angela's guardianship of Everly. In her motion, she stated that reunification will not affect Everly's psychological well-being, which we all know is bullshit. Any of us with kids know full well the damage it is causing her at this moment to have separated her from her brothers and her family. Anyone who loved this baby would have not took her from that. If she wanted to be a part of this baby's life, then she would have took all that money that she's making online and she would have made it in New Hampshire, where we all know if you work online and you can make that money in Indianapolis, you can make the same amount online in New Hampshire. And you could use that money to establish yourself and get yourself a legitimate job in New Hampshire. And you could earn back a relationship with Everly. Show the respect to Angela that she deserves for stepping up and being the mother that Samantha couldn't be. And they could slowly work their way up to it, you know? Instead, that's not what happened at all. So, at any rate, after the court documents showed that Miss George was doing well because she is employed and she has an appropriate apartment, and it's nice. And she has a little room for Everly set up. You know, Everly can go in the bedroom and not even worry about all the sex noises and the turning tricks next door. How crazy. So while the court is doing all this, Miss George is doing well and employed, an apartment, bedroom set up. While they're doing all that, let's take note that she didn't have to provide the courts with one pay stub or with any documents that she has an actual job. And to top it all off, the guardian ad litem, the person who is paid to be sure that that child has a voice in court, she didn't even bring it up. I mean, Everly has been set up to fail. It's so crazy. In fact, the guardian ad litem has testified that there is a sweet connection between Samantha and Everly. And she knows this because of the 30-minute visits that they have. Also, let's not forget, Samantha gave the guardian ad litem a virtual tour of her apartment and said it was clean. Everly had a bed, some toys, and some clothes. And, since Samantha told the guardian ad litem that she could afford to put Everly in daycare, all is great. I mean, it looks like a regular single mom's home. Bring home the baby girl, right? So while the guardian ad litem did have those positive things to say, she still advised against reunification because Everly was comfortable where she is, and it is what she knows, and that the termination of guardianship could potentially be psychologically damaging to Everly. Angela testified in court that the guardianship should remain in place because she doesn't trust her cousin Sam, and that uprooting Everly from her life would not be in her best interest. The prostitution was not mentioned by the guardian ad litem in court, nor was the fact that Samantha's latest boyfriend is a man named Anthony Warfield. He has been arrested and charged with selling meth and unlawful possession of a firearm by a serious violent felon. And this was all 2 days before she filed for custody. So she's not even showing a change in pattern of behavior here. We are literally watching the next missing child case unfold, guys. We have to wake up. Samantha has not changed. She's still with these dangerous men. She's still online hooking, cyber prostituting, little CyberSlut. She's still doing it. And the only thing really that's changed between now and when custody was taken from her is the fact that she has money. But I guess it doesn't matter how you're making that money, right, New Hampshire? Doesn't matter. As long as you got it, doesn't matter. We'll give you kids. So crazy. So, you got Miss Judge Hall here. She's the one who allowed this. She states that the court has to follow a New Hampshire law. And the law reads as follows. The fundamental liberty of parents in the custody of their children does not evaporate because they have not been model parents. She stated that even though their parenting skills are less than ideal, biological parents are presumed to be fit parents until they are found to be unfit. And that's in regards to abuse and neglect. So in New Hampshire, it's not illegal to possibly have someone selling meth in your home when your kids are there. Or will Everly be in her bedroom while they're selling meth? Oh, but will she be there when mom's turning tricks on Facebook? I'm confused, guys. I don't understand New Hampshire law here. I feel like so many laws is being broken, but these parents are still presumed to be fit? Like Adam Montgomery was presumed to be fit? Really? So there you have it, guys. You can go to New Hampshire, abandon your child for a year, move 1,000 miles away, make no attempts of having any sort of relationship, and that's not neglect. I won't go on to tell you more about this judge. Really tearing people down isn't going to help anything at this point. What will help is for us to share Everly's story. For us to tell the world what Samantha George is doing to her daughter. That's where we can help. In this description of this video, I will have links and information on how you can contact the legislature in New Hampshire and express to them your concern for Everly George and every child in New Hampshire that the courts have failed. We have to let them know we're over it, we're done, we're not shutting up, and we're here until this problem gets resolved. Guys, thank you for listening. I know it's been a struggle with the baby. Again, we're teething. We're in those years of life. But do me a favor. Share out Everly George. Write into the legislature in New Hampshire. Check out this description box. Get over to Arctic Fox's channel. He does updates constantly. If you have a community tab, share this out. If you have a Facebook, share it out. If you have a Twitter, share it out on every platform. I don't care if you just take a screenshot of Everly George's photo and hashtag Everly George and post it to your Facebook. Something's better than nothing, guys. Anything to bring some awareness here. Also, Arctic Fox has called for all creators to make a short video about Everly. This call has not been widely answered yet, and I think we all, if nothing else, I mean, we owe it to Everly, but if nothing else, we owe it to Arctic to make a short video, because he's over there 19 videos out from when he first posted about Everly, and you can go in those 19 videos, and I guarantee you not one of them is about summer wells, monkey bond, none of the ones that get abused in the police. It's all Amber Alerts, missing children, silver alerts, you name it, you haven't heard it, that's what he does. Also, Darkness Exposed channel is back up. I've also put a link to that in my description. Get on over there. I think tonight they're going to try to go live. We've got a celebration to have. We have gained a great channel back and a great advocate. I'm so excited to see what they have in store for us. And I thank everybody for listening. If you're a creator and I've tagged you in this video, please make a short video for Everly.